man, welcome to F Your Feelings, the greatest podcast to ever exist.
Ever.
The greatest. Man, we got a phenomenal episode. It's only 2 today. Because another comedian, Brandon Brody.
Come on, man.
Why isn't he here? What's he doing?
Said he got called into work last minute. You know,
Man,
new
F your job, man. There's the shows F your feelings, F your job.
F your job, bruh.
F your rent.
F your rent. F your livelihood.
F your rent.
Yeah. He really trying to survive out here. Oh, sucker ass nigga.
Weirdo.
Yeah. We got Andrea Joseph.
What's up?
We got Bileko Wissa.
Wissa, yes, sir.
Wissa.
Yes, sir.
Wissa. What nationality is that again?
I'm from Congo, Central Africa.
Oh, you know Julian?
Yeah. Chikuna, yes.
Man, he's a great dude, bro.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, man, funny dude. But you like, but forget about him.
Yeah, right. You know why? Because he grew up in Europe, so they're so different than us that grew up in like the States.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, like you see, he's like more suave. He wears like more adult clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like us, we hip hop and tennis shoes, and you don't realize as an American how arrogant we are.
Yeah,
we're real confident.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So what you about to tell me? You was about to say something about. I gave you a jump start when it came to social media.
Yeah, so I'm terrified. Me and Andrea talk. I'm terrified of social media. Like, I don't understand it. Maybe but my cousin Keenan, verbally whooped my ass and was like, "Yo, you need to start posting. Post shit you like." So I did a post on this girl I was trying to get at Hinge. On Hinge was like, I only date men that are over 6'3". And I like reposted. I said, "Girl, I was gonna rock your world," or whatever, right? And you reposted it, and that jump started my engagement. And no lie, Justin, you doing that, it kind of made me like, oh, this could actually like happen. Even though it was a little, I think like 10,000 engagements. So I've been posting every day for like, what's today, the 25th? It's been 55 straight days.
Wow.
And it's weird. It's real weird because it's not about the numbers. It's just building that muscle of consistency. Because what's actually happened is like I posted something about like my favorite hip hop hairstyles. So now people are starting to go back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, no. Just do what you want. And then once somebody finds you and they like you or like that, they'll be like, what else does he have? Yep. And you're just like, oh, this is what it's like. And this is only small. I can picture like if in 100 days what happened. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about that. Just like, just consistently build. So you jumpstarted. Thank you.
Man, you welcome, bro. Yeah, I be trying to, share people's stuff, bro. Because it's so funny. Like, people always think like, no, I don't get no support. Nobody don't fuck with me. No, and it's like, well, are you supporting anybody?
Right.
Do you fuck with anybody?
Right.
So it's like, well, if you're not putting out that energy, don't even expect for it to be reciprocated.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy because I thought about that, Andrea. I don't want to cut you off, but what I thought.
No, we don't let women talk on this podcast.
Okay.
Just here to look pretty.
All right.
On an audio podcast.
I know, right? I kept thinking it was like, it's not about them supporting you, because I think it's not even support. People will believe in you once you believe in yourself.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So once the people notice, oh, you putting it out? Okay. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Because why would they support something if you only put it once?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even believe in it. You can tell. You can sense it.
That'd be a large reason why I don't even follow certain people, just because it's be on some like, well, you don't ever post anything. Why are you asking me to follow you and you're not entertaining? Because
we're friends.
Well, that's why I follow your ass, because you don't post. Why don't you post?
I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes me nervous. I don't like on stage, I'm fine. I can say something. If a joke's not working, you can tweak it, you can mess with it, you can get immediate feedback, but just putting something out there and then just letting it sit and see what happens, that's terrifying. I hate it. And I just need to get over it.
Are you somewhat of a perfectionist?
I never would have thought that I was, but apparently I am. Yeah. Because it is something that you have to just get over, where it's just like, just put it out there.
Because I have to tell I'm not a perfectionist. I'm more of a perfectionist when it comes to my stand-up than I am to putting out content.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's why I haven't put out a bunch of stand-up. But even recently I started putting out crowd work, because I'm like, Justin, I just got to start putting out some shit, and I just got to get over this. And it's like, every clip not gonna be the funniest, every clip not go hit. I'm putting it out there, and I'm putting myself out there, because ultimately, you got to build that following. And it's like, unless you get on tour with somebody, which I'm sure it'll happen one day, but unless you get on tour with somebody, or somebody, fucking Bill Burr or Joe Rogan see you and like, I think you're hilarious, let me put you on my podcast. Until that happens,
there's no way for people to know who you are.
I was gonna talk shit about her phone.
I saw your eyes. You were gonna get her.
But I had nothing. I had nothing.
Justin was gonna get it.
I was like, on this audio podcast.
I will say this too, like with Justin, to yes and you, like, and Andrea, this will help you out. Remember, this is free promo. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, that's free promo. That's promo you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I'm watching like you, Justin, I'm watching like Keen, I'm watching Mike Murphy, all these other comics that are like building a fan base. I'm like, wait, now they're doing all these shows in all these different areas. They're not staying in this bubble because they're like, I have a fan base. There's 5,000 people in New Mexico that want to watch me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that. That's free promo for you because like the game has changed. Like these agents from 20 years ago, the system is not the same.
I know. I'm still waiting. I'm like, but I'm waiting for my late night spot. Like, I want to get invited to the couch on Carson.
So I know, and you know what's so crazy? That shit ain't even the same no more.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like, and these niggas won't even book me. I'm like, I was on CBS for 6 years. Like, I done submitted a clean tape, which I didn't even want to do. I didn't want to do late night for the longest. Like, I didn't even want to do it just because I was like, I don't want to water down my shit.
I would love to hear a clean. Just
I know. When I say balls, I just say testicles. I switch out dick for penis. I got a lot of asshole jokes. So, but I said, you know what? I gotta fuck after MacGyver ended. I was like, I gotta start getting out there. People don't know I do stand up, and I was like, I have to start finding these different vehicles to do stand up. But yeah, I'm like, it ain't even. It doesn't even do the same for your career. It's all clips.
Yeah.
I mean, doing a Don't Tell comedy in a Laugh Factory set and having them posted, that has the same effect nowadays than doing the Tonight Show set.
It really does.
I realized that it, like you said, it ain't the same. It's like it's just a clip, minute clip, 2-minute clips.
And I still have to get over the idea of like not having perfect sound. Because I'm like, but the sound's not coming through the board. And it's like the echo. And it's like, they don't care. Like, nobody cares. Nobody's even listening to the sound. Just put on the captions.
So that's what I've been doing recently, just cutting up a bunch of clips. And then I'm going to put the captions on it. Me and my homeboy, we going to throw the captions on them. And then I'm going to just start flooding. Y'all go see in another month or so, just a bunch of Justin Hire stand-up at least once a day.
No, and you should, because like you said, why wait? The couch or whatever, late night is not the same. Like, it's amazing how much TV has changed in America for comedians. Like, it's not the same.
I feel like this is an intervention. Like, okay, I'm
glad.
gonna start.
That's why we did this podcast today. I said we have to get her to start.
As long as I can keep doing drugs. As long as it's not that kind of intervention, I'm fine.
This sounds crazy, but you should talk about what weed and drugs you like.
I thought you meant right now. I'm like,
no, not right now. No, not right now. Not right now. But
no, you can say that right now too. But no, that makes sense though, because you're saying talk about whatever you like.
Yeah.
Talk about what you like, man. Because the internet, there's no cap. You know, like you do the Laugh Factory. How many seats are there? 300. So there's a cap, right? The internet, there's no cap. So I love Tupac. I love Kobe. There's certain food, like I hate grits, I hate peanut butter. There is a difference.
So now we gotta fight. So this podcast, hey, grits and peanut butter?
Oh, it's awful. We gotta do better, black people.
You like grits and peanut butter,
I love
right?
both of them.
Okay, just
dearly.
Sure.
Had peanut butter yesterday. Had peanut butter on my testicles.
Not penis, but testicles.
All right, try to be
I was about to say, I'm like, I just can't add to that.
It's just the texture of peanut butter. It's just awful. And it tastes bad.
It tastes bad. Are you allergic? Are you allergic to peanut butter?
No allergic. Oh, okay. No allergy.
It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, what you ate? Everybody ate a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Oh, no. Jelly and butter.
Okay, man. So,
now that's some British shit. I feel like that's something they do in the UK.
That's poverty shit. Okay, that's when you don't have money in the household, is when you eat peanut butter and butter. That may not be terrible, though, I guess.
Oh, no, a butter and jelly?
On toast.
Ooh, you eat on toast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
But then what would you have at lunch?
It's bad.
You know what? Butter, jelly, but it's the butter is like in the bread, right? Like
yeah.
Almost like a French toast.
It's like slathered on like the peanut butter.
That's what I'm saying.
Just as thick.
You just eat it by itself. Ugh.
Okay, I can see that. I can respect that. Actually.
But grits, we got to do better, black people.
You don't like grits? What else you don't like?
Peanut butter grits. I don't like.
Do you like oatmeal?
Oh, oatmeal's good, but oatmeal's like third.
Well, see, that don't even make sense though. That you don't like grits, but you like oatmeal.
Actually, I really love cream of wheat. If you want to keep it 100, keep it $1.
Then what happened?
I don't know, man.
Cream of wheat is delicious.
This must be a Congolese thing.
No, it's me. It's a Bileko thing.
I'm kidding.
Oh, they judge me too. They hate that I don't like this. You don't like grits.
But I guess honestly, because where you from again?
Bay Area.
You from the Bay Area? I would assume we all have our tongues, our taste is somewhat dependent on our region, or where our ancestors are from.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of where you grew up. So I'm from the South. I have a Southern tongue.
My mom's from Tennessee.
Yeah, she loves grits.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? So my uncle married an American woman from Louisiana. So we used to always go to Louisiana for like 3 years every Christmas, and they would have grits, and they never let me put sugar on it. Can I have sugar on it?
Oh.
Can I put butter?
Savory grits.
Can I just?
I can understand. I put ketchup on my eggs.
Okay, you're out of order. What? Yeah. Ketchup on eggs?
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Yeah.
Yeah. No shout out to you.
No one wants to actually taste the egg.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really like to taste the eggs.
It's just there for other stuff. Or if it's like an omelet, I might not. If it's like
maybe
a
an
cheese omelet.
Put cheese and onions on it.
Yeah, if
I'll do that too.
If you eat eggs raw, you're a psychopath.
Oh, you're out of order. You're crazy.
Or like a fried egg where like you break it in the yolk.
Those are animals. That's Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's awful.
It's like eating raw food.
Yo, they're like, I like it over easy.
So, my bad. I didn't mean to cut. Go for it.
I was gonna go for more food.
No.
Like, we're talking about something I know.
No, I was gonna ask y'all, man. Do y'all have day jobs? It's so funny that before you go into this, it's so funny that Brandon said he had to go into work.
Yeah.
Because I had actually wrote that in my notes right before he texted me. I was like, what the fuck y'all be doing during the day? What do y'all be doing? Do y'all have jobs?
Yeah. So I work in a lab. I do research. So like I went to school. And I work on like HPV, HIV, like co-infection. So like I teach people like
how to get it correctly.
Yeah. So like how to get on PrEP and PEP and stuff like that. But it's like it's only part time because unfortunately in this government we don't believe in science. We saw it with the pandemic. So like they cut like the budgeting. Yeah.
Damn.
But you out here saving the world.
Well, at least telling people at least put a condom on.
But it feels so good without.
I was gonna say, you hear that?
You're not a virgin. You're not a virgin. You're not saving yourself.
What you do? You got a day job or nah?
It's such a complicated answer right now.
It's so complicated.
I'm figuring it out right now. Me and my boyfriend broke up after like 10 years. And so
y'all finally broke up?
Mm-hmm. We're actually broke up.
Like and not in the same house or nothing?
Not in the same house or anything.
Wow.
10 years. Okay, Andrea single out.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Actually longer than 10 years, but officially together for 10 years.
Man.
And so that whole time we were producing shows and that was our bread and butter. That's how we made a living. Mm-hmm. And we're not doing that anymore. So I'm just trying to figure shit out. I'm trying so hard not to get a day job, but I'm also interviewing a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So we'll see.
What was that saying? A step back is a pull up? What do they call it?
Well, I never looked at it as a step back, but now, no.
A setback is a setup?
Yeah, something like that.
Fucking win or some shit
like
that?
Yeah.
A setback is a setup for a comeback or some shit
like
that.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, close a door, open a window, like. Lots of shit people say.
Rejection is God's protection.
Exactly. Right. Okay. There it is.
Comparison is the thief of joy. It's funny because I had actually wrote that down too, which was I was like, I know both of y'all do comedy, and I was wondering, did that ever have it, like, was there ever like any competition between you two about being successful or who's the funniest in the house and telling jokes, y'all cracking on each other?
Not like that. More just like we both think that we know better than the other. So like when we're running jokes, it's like, well, no, you should actually probably do that. And then that's what we end up arguing about. But it's not like competition of like who's better because we both think we're the shit. Right. And so we don't challenge that, but we also both think we know better.
But he is funny, I'm guessing, right? I would assume you wasn't.
He's very funny.
Okay, yeah. I never seen him.
I could never, ever, ever be with a dude who wasn't funny.
Like if that was his profession, right?
Even if it wasn't his profession. Oh, that was his.
Yeah.
My ex's, that was his profession.
That's what I'm saying. But you couldn't like, because if that was his profession, I'd hope you'd be like, well, you got to be funny. It's your profession.
Even if it's not your profession, like could you just be with a lame girl who like was not funny ever?
No.
Nah, she gotta have some.
She at least have to have a sense of humor.
You have to have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
You can't be. I hate a boring bitch.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
A boring.
It's almost as bad as a boring dude. Like it's horrible.
Yeah, there it is.
I can't do it all.
Yeah, I got all type of terms, man.
I love it.
Poverty pussy.
Poverty pussy.
Yeah,
I'm weak.
I feel like poverty pussy would be like really good pussy.
It is, but here's the thing about poverty pussy. It has a little smell to it.
Oh, that makes sense.
All poverty pussy has a hint of impoverishment.
Have you ever gotten a whiff of some broke balls, though?
Broke balls. Let me tell you.
Broke balls.
Let me tell you something about. Let me tell you about broke balls. Broke balls will fuck the hell out of a woman especially for shelter.
Shelter. For sure.
Yeah, but then
shelter
they'll leave you smelling like them.
Oh, this is what I always be thinking. Y'all ever get y'all titties? Well, forgive me if this is too much, but I think about women getting their titties sucked and having the man's saliva smell.
I've never thought about that. It's never been an issue, but now.
Let me tell you something. If he has that saliva, like tangy, like thick saliva, he eats bad.
No, there's no way you're coming close enough. If I can see like the string, if I can see that, you stay over there. Like Corona distance.
Corona distance. Yeah. Well, poverty. Shout out to poverty pussy.
Yeah.
It's around.
How you doing, poverty pussy?
I mean, everybody out there. Fucking. Hey, so did y'all see the White Man Can't Jump movie?
No, not yet. I'm barely watching the Dear Mama, the Tupac.
Oh, I was watching that last night.
Me too.
How is it?
I'm on episode 1. It's really good. See, I'm a huge Tupac fan, and my mentor in college wrote an article on Tupac. So there's things like I'm sort of like analyzing it or whatever. It's very interesting.
Well, can I ask you? Yes. Do you mind? Can we talk
Go for it.
Spoilers? He dies.
Yeah, no. Fucking comedians, man.
Tupac died?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I hate
well, what about Biggie? He's still okay.
All right.
He's still good.
Oh,
he's good.
Good? Okay.
Yeah.
Healthy as could be.
He'll be fine.
I don't know.
He lost a bunch of weight.
R.I.P. to the Kings. Okay.
What?
All right.
The first scene where they're telling that story about being in Atlanta.
Oh, shooting the cop. Yeah.
What the fuck happened? Cause do they go back to it? Do you know that story? I have never heard that story.
So here's the thing: like those are 2 cops that were what you call it?
So what happened? Give us some context. So what
there
happened?
were 2. So. Tupac was in Atlanta for a concert, and he's with his 2 cousins, and they're driving to the hotel, and they see 2 cops. See, I didn't even get that they were 2 cops. The way they were telling the story, they were like, there were these 2 white dudes that were beating up this black dude.
They were like off the clock cops or whatever.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So they beat up this black dude.
So they beat up this black dude, and then Tupac, there's like an exchange where Tupac's like, I'm going to get out. And they're like, no, what are you doing? You got to stay in. And he gets out the car, and then he ends up getting his gun and kneels down on the ground. By this time, the 2 white dudes are like running away. And Tupac, like a marksman, like lines up and just pow, pow.
Yeah, shoots him.
And then they imply like he got shot.
Yeah.
And then they just go back to the hotel room, and he's like, I want to play a song for you. And they play Dear Mama. And then they opening credits for the rest of the series. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? Can we go back to this?
So they implied Tupac got shot also in that exchange?
No.
He
shot
the cop.
He shot the cops.
And got away with it.
And
then put on Dear Mama.
Yeah.
You all appreciate it.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's wild. But
it's like they never addressed it. It's just for the first like 20 minutes of the documentary. I'm like, can we go back?
I know that story, but I think they're gonna address it like later on or whatnot, because I think these cops were doing something wrong. So there was
they were beaten.
Yeah. So like that's why like
he was so fucking smart.
Yeah, but like people like that, they're like children of revolutionaries. They have like sort of like PTSD because you only see like your parents and your uncles either go to jail or they're in exile in Cuba.
Yeah.
So like I interviewed his uncle Watani. I don't know if you guys remember when he was in the wheelchair after he got shot. So there was the guy that was holding the wheelchair, his uncle, and his other uncle Greg, who's like Big Sykes' cousin, and they were just like a month with Tupac is like 3 years in somebody else's lives.
Yeah.
And I think just some people are just anointed, like they're just like anointed, like Justin, you're anointed, like you are on a hit TV show. Like some people are just like you're just fortunate.
You know, it's amazing you just said that, bro.
Because I wake up every day.
I don't, and it's amazing you just said that because. I was thinking like, damn, I was honestly having this thought the other day. I thought I was the chosen one. And
like Messiah?
Like Drake. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like my mindset was like, I'm gonna move to LA. And I guess that's a lot of people's mindset. Like, I'm gonna move to LA and somebody go see me and I'm gonna pop off and be the biggest dude. Kevin Hart is the chosen one. Chappelle is the chosen one. Drake is the chosen one. You know? And now they put in work, and this is what I have to remind myself. I haven't put in the work that they have done. Drake is definitely the chosen one. His first audition ever was Degrassi. Then he fucking linked up with fucking Wayne. Right. Okay, that's like and then he's been on top of the mountain for 15 years or something. Amazing. He's a legitimate Will Smith.
Right.
Is a chosen one.
Yeah.
So there's certain people. Even Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a chosen one. Right. Like, he was fucking doing stand-up, and Eddie Murphy was fucking there, seen him go up.
Right.
And
rest is history.
Flew him out to do Beverly Hills Cop 2, and the rest is history. So there's certain people that's like the chosen one, and then there's certain people that put in the work, and they got to where they got to.
Right.
That's where I need to be. That's me.
And so I thought I was the chosen. I thought, and you're right. I mean, I have had a certain level of grace, a certain level of favor, that I feel like is anointed from God. The fact that I booked a show, I booked my pilot like 2 months being out here. You know, I got
2 months.
Yeah, MTV discovered me in college. Like, I did 2 movies in college. Wow. Like that went to the theaters.
What movies?
Stomp the Yard, and then there was another. I was in Stomp the Yard. I had 2 lines, but I'm one of the theaters. I'm around that.
Okay.
You know, all right, we rep the theaters. So I mean, but to do that at 20 in college, on campus, they're like, nigga, you're the chosen one.
You're like, it's happening.
And then this is when I know I wasn't the chosen one. When Rush Hour got canceled. When Rush Hour got canceled, I'm like, oh, I'm not the because I was on the correct trajectory. Like everything was just like, my career was just like and then fucking Rush Hour, and I was like, oh, I'm if anything, I'm more on the Kevin Hart type shit, which is he thought he was the chosen one with Soul Plane and all that shit. That shit got bootleg, bombed at the box office. He had to start doing straight to DVD movies. People forget. He had a TV show that got canceled. It was only like 6 episodes that aired. It was called like The Big House or something. So,
that's right.
Yeah, so he had that. He had Soul Plane. Both of them motherfuckers flopped. And then he had to go and just do stand-up. And then he had to build himself back up to now he's fucking this huge person. But I thought, oh, nigga, I'm the chosen one.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. And I was like, especially with Rush Hour, I was like, yeah. It was to a point where Rush Hour, when I booked Rush Hour, I was like, yeah, nigga, like, I'm Justin Hires. Like, of course I booked Rush Hour. Like, this is what I do.
But also, you're incredibly talented. So, like, it would make sense after, like, have you go and perform, because you were doing stand-up then?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to you're getting those things and you're doing really well performing. It would make sense to have that mentality.
But just because
thank you for saying that too.
I hate to disagree, but like respectfully, like just because like that happened still doesn't mean you're anointed. Everybody's story is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe for you or for us individually, you can take this like whatever you're going through, that's a part of your story. Like for me, I'm really good at encouraging people. I've been doing this since I was like 6 years old. It doesn't matter. I'll meet somebody, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. Hey, man, you can do it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so whatever level potentially I could ever get to or whatever, I already know I will encourage people because I was doing that. So I was like, okay, that's my sort of like trajectory or whatever.
That's the best way to move through life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right? Where I could be like, I won't ever look down on somebody. Like yesterday, hosted at Flappers, and some dude didn't do well. But as I'm hosting, after I'm done, I'm still encouraging him. He said it was bad. Like, what am I going to pile on? He felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stage don't lie. You know what I'm saying, right? So I was like, what did he say that I could find that makes him shine or whatever, right? And then people after are like, man, that was really dope. I like how you did that. I was like, yeah, because it's like, he can get better.
Yeah, you know what makes me feel? That's
fucking comedians.
Andrea has no faith in this dude.
No.
I mean, he could.
So what makes me feel good is there's 2 different comedians, and one is doing really well right now. I was there the first night they ever did stand up, and they both say, Justin, you encouraged me to keep going. It was Michael Lenoci and Ali Malik.
Wow.
So I was there both of they like first times doing stand up. And they was like, yo, man, they would have continued regardless. But they were just saying, like, yo, your encouraging words, like, help give me, like, the motivation to just keep going.
Bruh, I'm telling you.
So it's important that you are like that. And I feel like we gotta do that shit, man. Somebody encouraged me. When first time I went up and bombed, You know, my first joke hit, every other joke bombed, and luckily it was a comedian in the back that was like, hey, man, I can tell you funny. Just keep getting up on stage. If he didn't tell me that shit, who knows what I would be doing? I would be fucking wherever Brandon Brody's at right now. Son of a bitch. No, I'm joking.
No, but that's real. Like, I just think, like, you have to, like, I don't know, like, because I think you got to have the ultimate, once you do it enough, you have the ultimate confidence in yourself. So you're not worried about it. You'll be like, I know what I'm doing. I have my social media. I have my wonderful podcast or whatever. I have my shows. I produce shows. Like, even you, Andrea, to be like, I produce shows for 10 years.
Even me.
Do you know how hard that is? You know, I saw a comic one time try to produce a show and try to host. And to watch them panic, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's people definitely underestimate the amount of work that goes into putting a show on and then hosting it as well.
Yo, it's funny because the comedy's like the 7th thing on the list.
Yeah.
Because you're worried about, did any butts get in the seats? People are texting you, oh, I won't be able to make it. Like, what the fuck?
And then at some venues, it's been, like when we were back at Flashback doing those little like underground shows, we were the bartenders, we were the waitresses, we were the security, we were the ticket taker person.
Right, you handling people's social security, you know what I'm saying? Doing people's taxes.
Doing taxes.
Right,
yep, doing all that. You know what I mean? Making them sweet grits and eggs with ketchup.
Right. Good.
How is that, being a producer? What made y'all start doing that? What made y'all was like, let's start doing our own shows? Go ahead.
Well, so...
Because I just found out, before you get to that, like I asked you a question and cut you off.
No problem.
This is the shit anybody listening is hating right now. I apologize.
It's fine. I'm a lady. I'm used to it.
Because I'm about to bring up another woman. What's that? It's an Asian. Is it Jimmy? Zhao
Ying?
Yeah, Zhao Ying. She owns the Hollywood
comedy. Yes.
Comedy. I had no clue until she posted a clip today that she owns that spot.
You didn't know until today?
Till today. I literally found out today that she owns that spot.
She used to have 2.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know why the fuck I just brought that up. Now I don't even remember. But anyways,
producing your own show.
Producing your own show. So I thought that was incredible that she was like, yo, I'm finna just go buy a whole comedy club because I'm not getting enough stage time.
She's a beast with it.
Yeah.
Like with what she's doing. Like you cannot, I mean, I guess you could hate because it's easy to hate on people who are doing something, but yeah, she literally was just like, oh, I'm not getting the attention I want. How about I just buy this club? Like, how about I do that?
In Hollywood.
Yeah, in Hollywood, on Melrose.
She told me, I have 2 kids. I can't hang out at the Improv. You know what I'm saying? To try to get up. You got 2 kids, 2 small kids. So she was like, luckily she had the resources. And like you said, had the 2 clubs or whatever. And the irony about it is, when you have a club, I guess, Andrea, you probably answered this. You have a club now. You're not looked at as another comedian. There's something about ownership or producing your own show where you're like above a comic, like when you're starting out.
Comics don't look at it like that, like above the comic. I mean,
not above the comic, but like, you know, Andrea, when you produce a show, right, and I see that flyer, right, this is where social media comes into play, right? Andrea Joseph presents. Now every other booker, because think about that flyer. If I have Justin Hires, Bileko, Keenan, Brody, that's getting to all of our fan bases. We're producing it. We're seeing your name on the show. So you're the producer. So now you're looked at more as like above a comic, like
or more weight, or like value, like you bring more value because people say like, oh, if I hit her up, I could potentially get on this show also. So they kind of look it up.
It should have been like that. Yeah. Like I should have taken more advantage, but it doesn't necessarily pan out like that because people don't. If you're not viewed as a comic first, then you don't come to people's minds when they're thinking about like booking their own shows. Because you know every comic will do. Yeah, I'm just going to do this show over here. And you would think, like, I used to be really bitter because I'm like, I'm giving people so many spots. Right. Why aren't they booking me? But it's because they don't think then when they want to do something like, oh, let's produce something together, I'm the first person they think of. But
let me ask you a question. Did you, I know you did, but did you have a strategy of like when you booked bookers and
like
then you would ask them, and you would ask them?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we were doing it for so long, we booked everybody. But there was definitely a lot of spot swapping. I mean, and honestly, this will get into the weeds with my relationship, but there was also like who had the
cachet.
Yeah, like could I take up 2 spots on the lineup to book this booker that I want to book me, or is that my partner's place to be able to do that because he's been putting in the time? So because you only have so much room on on a show, and so you don't want to have all bookers. Not that
most
bookers aren't funny, but
no.
you want to have some comics who are just comics.
No, but there's a strategy to it too, depending on what level you're at, right? Where it's like if you're gonna invest and put money into like, let's say, promoting a show, then you're like, okay, I want to have like heavy hitters. Like if you know you have like a 5,000 email list or whatever, it's like, but let's say if you're starting up and you're producing the show, you gotta have 2 spots where it'll be like, hey, these are the bringers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are the people.
I think the thing is so to answer your question, Justin, how I got started doing that, or how it was doing that, we got started when I met.
I'm about to cut you off again. Hold on real quick. Because the camera had just went out real quick. That camera, these still recording though, so everything y'all said was still. Hey, Lee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where we at on these cameras?
Now they black. They just, when you turn it back on, it's just black.
That's hilarious.
Well, we're black.
Yeah, there it is, Andrew. Andrew, what is your knuckle store?
Foo.
Oh, for food?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you marking this spot, Lee.
Yeah, I got
You
it.
guys were close?
Mm-hmm. He was like one of my best friends. And talk about somebody who would encourage you.
Yeah. And it's funny, you do that grimy New York. Yo, son, nigga, you can fucking do it, man.
I like your confused face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Now we're cooking with gas.
It's
so
adorable.
I hate people that look confused.
Oh, well, not walk around looking confused. Like, look like they were born confused.
Yeah, I hate when I see people walking around looking confused.
And you are why I'm afraid to be out in public, because God forbid I'm lost and I'm trying to figure out. And I'm like, I don't know how to look when I don't know things.
I'm so big on like common sense and shit like that. When I see someone I feel like is lacking it, I'm like, come on, man.
That's my greatest fear, is that I look like I don't have common sense. That's why I stay inside.
And don't post.
And don't post.
Yeah.
Very true. Very
Yeah.
true. We're all
Andrea,
getting to it. Doctor hires.
You better start posting, Andrea.
Yeah, or we go beat your ass. So let's get back.
That'll help with the anxiety.
So why did you start producing your own shows?
Okay, so I wasn't doing comedy when I first met my ex, but I was a huge comedy nerd. Like, I was a huge fan of comedy, and I moved down here for another job, and I was going to the Improv more than I do now as a comic, probably, because I was just there. I would see whoever. When I was a teenager, I'd like sneak into clubs, which is hilarious when I think about it, because as a producer, you try so hard to get butts in seats, and I'm sure they let us. I wasn't actually sneaking in. Like, I'm sure they were just like, just let them. It's a slow night. Like, just let them stay.
Right. Maybe she'll buy a drink.
Right. But so then I had a friend or a neighbor who's a bringer. He needed to bring people to the show he was doing. And he invited me and my roommate, and it ended up being my ex's show. And I didn't realize that there was a vehicle for like new comics I had never heard of the idea of a bringer show or anything. And so I was talking to him. I was like, this is so cool. I didn't understand it was like a pariah of comedy that like people hated bringers so much. But so I got introduced to it in a very like kind of sideways way. And then my partner at the time, he had, 2 shows at the Comedy Store, and he was at the Ha. And
Damn, what year was this?
2013.
Okay.
So this was like Tommy was still at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
So this is before, like, it was right before the Comedy Store started getting like popping again.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of outside producers, and which, everyone has their opinions on, but it provided a roof over our head for a very long time. Well, not a very long time. Honestly, I came in on the tail end of that, and then we started doing like independent stuff. But so yeah, that was just how I got introduced to comedy. Like, I wasn't performing when I first started producing with
It's
Matt.
interesting because almost like, did you like learn like the producing side first, and then you got into comedy?
I learned the producing side first, and then my ex kept trying to get me. I might as well say his name. It's like not like nobody.
I'm about to say, what's his name?
Matt. So Matt kept trying to get me to do comedy, and I was just terrified. I was like, no, I'm not. And I kept doing this annoying thing that I have a friend now who wants to do stand up, and she keeps doing this annoying. She's like, I'm not ready. I have to get my set together. And it's like, it does not matter. Because whatever you say, you're probably never going to say it again.
Right. That's a fact.
Like, you're not going to be funny. Right. You just got to get it over with.
Just got to get it over with.
And you know what's funny? You think one set determines your career, and it's what we said. It's the consistency. It's just like, yo, you want to be consistently funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's not this one set got. No, it doesn't work like that.
And no, unless you're like Eddie Murphy or something, like who even his like the first time he was at the Improv, like what was it? It was like a bunch of poop jokes.
Yeah, gotta tell them doodle jokes.
Yeah.
When you start off, for dudes is jerk off jokes and doodle jokes.
For chicks, it's sucking dick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got mine. My opener sucking dick joke. Yeah.
I've never had a sucking dick joke, but
You know what I pride myself on?
probably why I haven't made it.
Well, you gotta have your dick jokes.
Right.
You know, well, you don't have to. COVID. I don't have any COVID jokes. I pride myself on having 0 COVID jokes.
I have one.
I didn't have any COVID
and
jokes.
I forgot it. You look in your notes, and I was like, "Oh, I have this joke."
Trust me, it's been said.
Yeah.
Whatever that joke
Exactly.
was. Yeah.
But that's how I feel about sucking dick.
Yeah.
Like it's been said.
Yeah.
The person who can find a new angle on to tell a joke on sucking dick should probably be sucking dick for a living because they found a new way to do it.
And wherever she is.
Let her give her my IG. Tell her I post every day.
Why isn't she?
Yeah.
Tell her she's needed in the community.
But it's funny.
Is she though?
Somebody that developed a new way to suck dick.
That's true.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
Let me not.
She could probably stop the Ukraine and Russia war. If she
It's like, you know what it is? It's like, remember Superhead when she came on the scene?
Oh my gosh,
was-
I haven't heard that name in so fucking long.
Oh, okay. So when I was at CSUN, that's a school out here. My mentor brought her. All the women hated her.
Your mentor brought her to your school?
Yeah, because she was promoting her book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So all the girls, they just hated her, but all the dudes were like, "Hey man, give her a chance to talk. Give her a chance to defend herself."
We had to hate her.
Why?
Because she was presented to women like you should hate this woman. Like as an adult, a mature adult now, I have nothing but respect for her. Like she did her thing in more ways than one.
She was abandoned by her family. The family that adopted her were strippers.
I didn't know
so
that.
all she had, all
Defending
she,
her.
so all she had to
I
do
have
was.
no problem with Superhead. I think Superhead's great.
No, but this is for all the male listeners and lesbians that might be interested to know what she had to go through her struggles.
You know what I mean? So if you around strippers, that's all you know. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not condoning it, but man.
You heard the Jamie Foxx story? Oh, my bad.
No. Yours is much more interesting.
The Jamie Foxx story is he had met her at a party or somewhere, but he didn't know who she was. And they had made it all the way back to his bedroom. And they was in bed together. And then she must have said something. He was like, "Hey, wait a minute. Hey, are you is your name like Superhead?" She was like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, hell no." And then he said he got up. He was like, "I ain't about to end up in one of your books."
That's hilarious. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, but everyone's at risk. Everybody got a podcast. It used to just be a book. You used to just have to worry about a tell-all book. But everybody got a podcast. Everybody got a radio show. People got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Your business will be out there if somebody wanted to be out there.
Unless you're fucking with somebody like me who does not use social media the way they should.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout outs to you. But man, if somebody give you that check, oof.
Tell all your business.
I would tell everybody's business.
Even Barbara Walters, I had a joke about that, how white women are the worst at keeping secrets.
Barbara
I remember you working that out.
Yeah, I'm trying to work it out. I'm still trying to work it out. It's still not there yet. But they told on everybody. Cosby. I know I just named one person. I don't want to tell the joke because it's not there yet for me to be.
But the premise is so true.
But the premise is true. I was like Tiger Woods. I'm like all the greats. They fucking always fucking
all the greats.
Yeah, and I ain't even list all the other horrible people that I mentioned when I say all the greats.
I love it's like surprise, surprise. White women will talk.
They tell man. Stormy Daniels. They fucking tell yo. But I had another joke which basically like men go fuck it, women go tell it. So it's like a man can't keep his dick in his pants, a woman can't keep her mouth closed.
Hilarious.
Which should be a good combination.
Yeah, it should be a good combination.
Right?
Fuck.
That's where I'm at, everybody, on my skill set when it comes to my stand-up. I just want to let y'all know. My premise game is fire.
So
you're like a chick in comedy.
You sound like a chick in comedy? Oh, chicks be doing that?
That's what they say. I personally like to think that there's lots of very funny women who have amazing punchlines. But yeah, that's what I've heard.
I never heard
that's
that
what
before.
I've heard the complaint is. It's like, who was it? I was at...
You got funny shit.
I think I have very funny shit from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
This isn't me. This is what, sexist men say.
Why do dudes be hating on girls that are like women that are funny?
Because they not fucking.
I was just about to say, because they get no pussy.
Yeah.
There's no way you can be that angry at women if you're getting laid regularly.
But I just don't hate on people, period. Like, I'm like, I grew up where it's just like, you should be worried about yourself. Why would you hate on the next? You look weak.
Was your family very encouraging for you? Like, did they encourage you?
No, they think I'm a failure.
There goes my theory.
But the people I grew up around,
from love.
But the people I grew up around, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I'm 38. Like, I grew up around gangster rap. Like Ice Cube said, like, get off my dick. Get off. Like, don't ever be on another person's. Like, that's it. Don't worry. You should never worry about what another person's doing.
It is. I feel like a weird mentality because I'm 39 and I had the same thing. Like me and all my friends, we were always.
I want everybody to know I'm the youngest. Out of
that's nothing. That's nothing.
So you just say his age, camera?
We don't need to talk about that.
No,
the fact that you're most successful and youngest. How old are you? Some bullshit.
Well, that's why I used to get so much hate in LA. I felt like
that makes sense.
By a lot of my peers because I was booking shit at 22, and
yeah, I'd hate on you too.
Yeah, well, I got it. Trust me, I got it.
No, but also I started late. I'm gonna be defending my age for the rest of this podcast.
But my bad, I cut you off. What was the point?
Well, no, I don't know. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Like why we hate on people
hating. Yeah, I do feel like it's a weird generational thing because like with this, I hate it when people talk about Gen Z because it just. Ugh. But I feel like Gen Z, they like the idea of encouraging each other, and there's this whole like being PC, and you can't like, oh my god, yeah, everybody's very sensitive, and you can't talk about women, black people, blah blah blah. But then at the same time, like they're so judgmental, like so much more judgmental, and I feel like our generation.
Oh, we're the last.
We like can talk shit about each other and like say like a racist joke or a sexist joke or whatever, and then still encourage it. It doesn't mean anything, and then keep it moving. Man. Yeah,
I start my day with a racist joke.
Oh,
I look in the mirror every morning and say, "You dirty nigga,
you clean yourself,
clean yourself up, you fucking monkey." You know.
But even then, like you said, people hated you at 22. Like that's his journey.
But people, you know what? It takes a lot of mental maturity to get to that point for most people. Because a lot of people are thinking, why that's not me? You know, or I'm funnier. So how did he get it over me and I'm funnier? Like people be thinking all type of stuff.
You know what's the problem? Nobody deals with fucking truth. That's the real issue.
Yeah.
Because are you going to acting classes? Are you meeting casting directors? Right? Are you working on your skills?
Yeah.
What about your branding? Where's your website?
People don't want to hear that.
Who are you talking to? Are you hanging around low budget niggas? Because if you're hanging around low budget niggas, you can't be mad when a nigga's high budget.
Oh, I see. That's a new term right there. Low budget niggas.
Like, let's be like, we have to assess ourselves, right? Like, okay, not to brag, I'm in acting school. I do improv, right? So if I'm honing all these different skills, and let's say I get an opportunity, it's because I put in the work. But if somebody else gets an opportunity, I'd be like, dang, that's good for them. Like, for example, I found out on IG, my cousin is on The Color Purple in that's coming out in December. She plays young Cicely. Young
Celie?
Cicely.
Cicely.
Yo.
Italian.
But what should we expect from a nigga that don't eat peanut
butter and grits? Yes, right.
No.
So, and I would just sit there, I'm just like, man, I'm so happy for her.
He thought The Color Purple was about a pre-K school,
Yes.
a class. He thought about a girl, young Cicely. Her favorite color was purple.
She eats paste.
Right.
and I was sitting there, and I'm so happy for her but she did like Disney. She interned, she auditioned, she did all this stuff, right? So I was like, yeah, of course she deserves it.
Yeah. I find it much easier to be encouraging and happy for someone than it is to hate on someone.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel good to hate on someone.
Hate makes you look old real fast.
Yes, you scrunch up your face, you bend over, like it just doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't do anything for you. You hating does not make you more successful.
Yeah, man, come on, man.
It doesn't make you a successful ass hater. Yeah.
That's true.
Successful ass hater.
You do have to get hate out your heart, the first thing you should do. Like if you looking on social media and you see somebody that's really doing something, as I heard somebody, that's their filter life anyway. Social media is your filter life.
Bruh.
That ain't like, that's you in your best moments. Most people not posting.
But see, you say that. That's why I don't have. I'm like, what best moment? How do I filter? Where do I find?
You could have made a video right now talking about something you did today, like in this podcast.
That's right. We'll do a video afterwards.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
But
I don't share.
Filter
life
IG.
is the best life. When you're hating on someone.
When you hating somebody, there you go. Hit the like button. When you see somebody living their best life and you know, like, damn, I wish I was doing that, hit the like button. It automatically gets the hate out your heart.
That's good.
But when you scroll past it, when you look at it like, that's hate.
It just stays in.
It stays in there. But I promise you, when you hit that like button, like you like, man, let me be happy for them. Let me help out their algorithm. Let me show encouragement and support of what they're doing. Yeah. I promise you, it automatically releases that hate, relieves you of that hate.
I heard, I don't forget, maybe I might have made this up, but that if you're jealous of somebody, it's like the universe telling you what you're supposed to be doing. Ooh. Like if you see something, you're like, I should have that. I should do it. It's like, well, what are they doing to get that? Maybe you should do it.
That's
and then I do that, and then I dance like that,
and then you go like,
and I'm like, you know what? There's no more hate in my heart.
If you're jealous, that's a sign.
Yeah, if you're jealous of something, you should be doing it.
That's a fact though, because see the way, and this is the big word that we keep skipping over that I feel is insecurity.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
all the hate and shit, that's really insecurity
100%.
For whatever reason, because you looking like, what's wrong with me? Why I haven't accomplished that? What's going on? Like, so a lot of that is insecurity. But to get back to your statement that you just said, I look at stuff like that when I'm looking at anybody. It could be Kevin Hart. It could be somebody out of our peer group. I'm like, yo, that's motivation for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yo, I need to step my game up. Okay, they posted 4 times a day. I need to post 5. I need to post 6. I just heard Country Wayne was shooting 30 sketches in a day. I need to do 31. I ain't doing 30 sketches. But
is that real?
Yeah.
30?
You get up at 5 a.m. He has a whole system, and that's so
Do you know how hard it was for me to get here at 10:50? I woke up like panicked, like, am I late?
Woke up in the days confused. Woke up confused. No. Where am I?
No, Justin, it's real.
Where am I? Who is that?
Right.
But it's weird when you see like something like that. Let's say somebody that's at that level like Country Wayne, where it's like he 30 in a day. He had to build up that muscle. So let's say somebody that's like starting, or you're like a novice at this, like, I can't do 30. Well, can you do 3?
That's actually a very good point.
Yeah.
Because just build up that muscle. Because I thought it was hard to post once a day. Now I'm like, oh no, I got to do it more.
Posting daily sounds like incredibly difficult to me.
It is. It is that point. But like you said, you got to build up the muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I heard Mike Tyson say? I don't mean to cut you off. Mike Tyson said discipline.
Yeah.
You know what discipline is? Doing what you hate. Doing what you hate every day like you love it.
Bruh, yesterday it was 11:50. I said I didn't post. I posted at 11:55. That's what it's like. It's about me. It's not even about if somebody. Then I woke up. There's like 20 comments. I was like, oh. And this is something I don't even. It was about the oatmeal and grits. I hate.
See, that's the other thing.
Grits.
Then it's like you post something, and then nothing happens, and then it's just sitting there.
No.
Like, okay.
No. You're building a catalog.
Oh.
You're building a catalog.
You're building a catalog.
That's a catalog of trash. Let's be clear.
It's a dumpster fire catalog.
But you know what I do use as a dumpster? My Facebook. My Facebook is a wasteland. So my
Facebook is a wasteland.
I know, but you know what's so funny? It's still the biggest platform.
Yeah.
So
is it really?
It is. It's still the biggest social media. It's bigger than
all the
TikTok.
old people are on there too.
But real people.
But hear me out. People say that. Those are ticket buyers.
Yep.
I meant old people like a good thing.
Yeah, because TikTok kids, they may not be running to your shows because you don't know how old they are. But yeah, if you hitting 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds, yeah, those go be the people when you go to their city, they go pull up and buy tickets. So that's what people. So my Facebook, I just hit myself in the lip. So anyways.
Something Cecilia would do.
Anyone that did, if you're listening to audio, the strings on my hoodie, it flew up in my mouth and I sucked on it.
And he liked it. And he liked it. He liked it and he put it back.
I put it back while I kept going.
All right, Andrea.
And then I finished. No, I'm joking. So what was I about to say? Oh, Facebook. I just put all my shit out on Facebook. Like, I don't remove no videos from Facebook because, man, the way Facebook works, you have a video you posted 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, out of nowhere, it'll just start going. It gets in the algorithm somehow, and you'll get hundreds of thousands, millions of views on it, just randomly.
It is. I do see, like, I'll see friends, not my post because I don't post, but I'll see friends post.
I did go on your IG. Your last post was in 2022.
Okay.
What are we doing?
You need to get your shit together.
Anyways, this is not what I'm talking about.
It's June the 1st. You should start.
Today you should start.
What's today? Oh no, I like his idea. I'm like, what's today?
Don't wait.
Okay.
Don't wait. Do it today.
Yeah, do it
so
today.
You were saying what? You was talking to your friend?
It doesn't matter.
Anyone listening, I apologize. I fucking hate when a host takes a question or a person off their shit. So, I mean.
That's all right.
Nah,
We're having a good time.
It's all good. I'm having fun. I'm not sweating or nervous about not posting or anything. I'm really glad that I came today.
There's a whole demographic.
Do stories count?
No.
No.
I don't think
That's
so.
because that's what Fu used to tell me. He's like, just do stories. It's not just do stories.
R.I.P. Fool.
Yeah.
But
No, do
stories
post.
don't. I mean, it helps.
R.I.P. Fu, but that was horrible advice.
I mean,
Yeah. Look, you know, just
well, no, he meant just to get me started.
Fool looking down right now like, man, fuck
I
you.
didn't
I
say
know.
that shit.
Fuck
I didn't say it like that. I didn't say it like that.
Wait, what is it you like?
Oh, you mean like what's my thing?
In general, just the one thing you like.
Be music, fashion,
What kind of music?
hip hop, rock. I love everything. I was beside myself with
Who's your
Tina
3
Turner.
favorite artists?
I hate these questions.
No, okay. I love Tupac, Nas.
Well, you guys will never be on a date.
Right.
Like, he's asking all the wrong questions.
I hate comparing art. Like I don't like doing it because I love it.
Jesse,
all.
guess what?
I'm such a chick when it comes to
That's
it.
what you should talk about. Don't compare art. That's it. I just helped you
I was
out.
gonna get behind that. Everything's like
See,
a
that-
I argue. See, this is my problem. I will argue with every idea that somebody gives me.
Yeah, you should do that.
I know it's really bad. I
So
apologize.
the key to success is learning from other people and surrounding yourself with people that's doing what you ain't doing at a higher level. So if you got 2 people that's being successful,
I get what you're saying.
you should listen.
I'm like, no, you guys, you don't understand.
All right, you should listen to one of the
Look, I know
motherfuckers.
you've had TV shows.
Right.
They're canceled now. You know. So, but also at the same.
My mom knows who you are.
Hey man, shout out to you.
She got very excited for me.
This year?
This is a big deal for my mom.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm popular in the grandma in the mom. How old your mama is?
We don't have to talk about
Okay.
that. That might just make you feel kind of bad. But
She young?
no. She's
No, it won't make. I mean, like
She's
usually
79.
50. Oh, 79. No, that's what I'm saying. Grandma age like 50.
Yeah.
50 I'm popping with the 50s and up.
They love.
What? I'm out here. I'm out here in the streets.
you know what? It makes sense, but you have a young audience too, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I feel like whenever I look at your comments and stuff, they're all
You know, it's crazy because MacGyver is a show that originally came out in the 80s, right? They remade
first time?
Yeah, the first time, right? And then they remade it. But here's the irony we were talking about earlier. I guess the circle back is how TV has changed. His demographic of people that were watching shows that were like, I'm gonna sit down 8:00 Friday are older people.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I'm a huge
like
NBA
must see TV and
Right.
that whole
Like I'm an NBA fan, and this is the first year in my life I probably watched maybe less than 5 full games. I've been watching clips. So the demographic of TV has changed so much. That's why we were talking about your stand up with the clips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
so weird because I was literally just arguing that like sports is the only thing people will sit down and watch now.
Well, it's an important game.
I agree. I still agree with that.
Yeah.
A live sporting event still gets the biggest numbers. I was actually looking at ratings one time. It was pretty recently, just like what was the top viewership, like programming, and like I'm not bullshitting. 85% was all sports.
All sports.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's still the one thing that you want to see happen as it happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have loyalty. Like if you're
Right,
like
emotionally
like I'm
invested in-
always gonna find a Warriors game. Like I'm never gonna just not.
How was the first round? How was the second round when you lost to us? Huh? I'm a Laker fan.
I don't. Okay, so how are you guys doing?
We did one level more than you. Okay. See,
Wow, that just got very.
I know.
yeah, I'm just like, see.
I've always had respect for the Lakers. I would like to
Me
say.
too. You know what's what? I like the Warriors. I just hate.
I'm
the,
like Switzerland. I'm all about not
Yeah,
engaging
Switzerland.
in war.
You know what I hate about the Warriors? I hate new Laker fans that once we were bad became Warrior fans. That's what I hate.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like what? You just jump off the bridge?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, that makes sense.
Ah, get
Shout
out
out
of
to the
Especially-
Lakers. You gotta respect the Warriors though.
The
Warriors are
Warriors,
incredible.
and we went through some years of sucking.
You did. Matter of fact, so the first editor when I first moved to LA in 07, I started doing YouTube. I was doing YouTube like 08, 09. Tough. And my editor way back then was a Warriors fan. That's when they was losing their ass off.
Yeah, Monte Ellis, they were awful.
See,
Yeah,
I don't
we
even know who
used
the
to-
fuck that is.
We used to pretend.
He's just no.
We used to pretend like we were good. Like it would be for the first like quarter, it would look amazing, and then it would just was like they got replaced by a high school basketball player. It was horrible.
See, I respect greatness. If like I didn't like Tom Brady, but once he won his 6th Super Bowl,
fuck Tom Brady.
it's like, and then he came to Tampa and got us a Super Bowl.
Fuck Tom Brady.
See, I gotta respect it. So anybody that has accomplished greatness, I have to respect it. I can't hate on them. Like once you whatever that threshold is, even LeBron. I wasn't on the LeBron bandwagon. I was a Dwayne Wade fan.
Same.
So when he went to the Heat, I said, well, all right, well, he on the Heat now. I love Dwayne Wade. 'Cause people forget, at one point, Dwayne Wade was the best player in the NBA.
Okay, that's a negative, sir. That's a negative. We're gonna have to fuck these feelings. That's a negative, sir. 09, great year.
So excited.
Dwayne Wade was incredible. I think he probably made the biggest sacrifice in the NBA.
Why? By having LeBron come over?
Because think that year before he led the league in scoring.
The best player.
No. That's not the best player. Tracy McGrady scored a lot of points. Allen Iverson, who I love, scored a lot of points. Doesn't mean the best player.
Allen Iverson can get it.
Okay, Andrea. Okay, focus.
I had a poster of Iverson and Kobe on my wall growing up.
Me too.
And Jordan. Those were my 3.
No, but he made a huge sacrifice, though. I can understand if you thought he was the best player. I respectfully disagree. But for him to be like, LeBron, you come on my team and I'll go second, that's a huge that's humbling.
Yeah.
That's a huge sacrifice.
That's another reason why he was the best player.
Okay.
It's called playing your position. So listen, it ain't always about having to be the top dog. Sometimes it's about fucking, just playing your position.
You know what's funny? In this industry, let me ask you this. What do you think about some of these top dogs that refuse to become Dwayne Wade?
Say that again?
What do you
These
mean?
top dogs in like comedy. Like, so for example, there was a generation before that would help out the younger generation. You brought up Eddie Murphy with Chris, right? Do you feel like there's any more Dwayne Wades looking like, hey man, you LeBron, let's create something and you could be the lead?
Like reaching back and helping the next?
Yeah. Do you think that's still happening now in comedy?
In sports or comedy?
In comedy.
Yes, but not here. This is what I'll say. Wilding Out is what that is now. Kevin Hart had his stand-up type shows. He was putting comedians on. However, they did not do it for a long time. Meaning, In Living Color was kind of like the last thing until Wilding Out. Part of that is comedians. Part of that is the networks. They wasn't doing black programming either. Like, they didn't really start back doing black programming until Scandal was successful, and then Blackish, and then that's when
Empire.
You see, and that's when they started actually coming back. So think about this from
that's like 02.
That's what I'm saying. So from Martin and Living Single up until Scandal, there was a huge gap.
Yeah,
where there
really
was no real black program. So we didn't even have
movies either.
So we didn't really have an outlet to really put on anybody. But that still being said, there wasn't enough done. If you look at most comedians, black comedians back in the day, they got on by the time they was 30. They was all like popping by the time they was 30. Because Keenan Ivory Wayans was already 30. So when Keenan Ivory Wayans hit, he was 30. So he was able to put on a 24-year-old Jamie Foxx. He was able to put on Jim Carrey, who was also 30, and his brother that was 29 years old. So they was already popping. Now, we if we was coming up in the 90s, we would already be on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But we had to fucking work and grind because we didn't have anybody passing us that baton. We didn't have no real platform.
Right.
And so now, like I said, they got Wildin' Out. So Wildin' Out is like that platform. Like Wildin' Out is the In Living Color for this era. But other than that, it's like,
shout out to MASH doing her thing on Wildin' Out.
So so I mean so now it's kind of like up to us to create. But yeah, I think most of us, we fucking doing shit. It's taking us into our late 30s, probably 40s to come up as a comedian.
But that's also what I love about comedy is that it is kind of ageless. I think that's changing right now because I think people are starting to come up quicker because of social media and being able to just get a huge following that it doesn't always translate to like the clubs and butts and seats, but it still will get your name out there. But back in the day, like if you look at like white male comics, lots of them were getting like Louis C.K. and Bill Burr, they were all much older when they started to get like, because they were just working the clubs before they started to get noticed by like
bigger bookers or networks.
Yeah, I just got bored with what I was saying.
Mid thought you're like, I'm going nowhere.
I know,
So-
I'm like, why are we talking?
So
about
even me, like, so let's say even with this podcast on a very small scale, this is part of the reason why I create the podcast, to build relationships, give like the up and coming comedians a platform.
No, thank you.
know, I share the clips online so people get to see y'all.
Right.
So that's part of, and then we able to give gems and laughs to people that's watching.
Right.
So, but even me, where I'm at in my career, it's like, okay, what show can I, like, what's my wilding out? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what show can I now put in place that's now going to be able to give comedians that I know are funny, that need to be seen, opportunities to be seen by more people?
Right.
So that's kind of personally what I'm doing.
Are we gonna have to battle rap?
No. I am developing something, and it is looking good right now, but no, it ain't no battle rap on it.
I'll tell you what, that's very interesting because I think because of the internet and the economy, right? That's another thing too. Like, there's more talented people pursuing this than ever before because anybody can do it because
There's so many comics.
There's so many comedians and there's a lot of funny people. Like so backstory, I managed the Hollywood Comedy for a year and a half, right?
I didn't know that.
Right. So like I knew like Johnny when you were brought up and et cetera. And I went to the Improv and I thought, I probably know 100 comedians. No, I probably know 200 and 250 comedians, right? Every level. And I was just like, dang, look at how many talented people. Then, acting class. I'm like, there's so many talented people in this fucking city, right? So it's like, I think you have to do something like that or do something on your own where it's like, you have to sort of become like a producer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what the shows, when we were doing the shows, that's what that was supposed to be.
Bro, let me tell you, like,
it's the best way to get spots.
Yeah.
Best way to get spots. Yeah, I used to host some shows, but I didn't like having the.
I don't like hosting.
I don't like hosting either.
It's a great skill to have, and it makes you indispensable. Like if you can be that person that people are like, I need a host, and that's awesome. But it's easy to get pegged. It's just a host.
Yeah, I just seen Ron G host for Country Wayne in St. Pete. Actually, it was actually in St. Petersburg at the Mahaffey Theater. Really good show. He killed it, and the crowd was tough off top. Like the crowd was not.
They don't respect hosts.
No, they don't.
And Ranji is so funny.
Yeah, he beasted it. He beasted it. I told him, I said, that was your 10,000 hours being seen right there. You
Wow.
could tell, like, if only a comedian that has put in 10,000 plus hours would have been able to turn that crowd around the way he did.
Break the room.
Yeah, because they was on some bullshit. Tampa area audiences be on bullshit.
Ron G is a good example of somebody who I think looks back and will, at least in, I don't know what he's necessarily done like that's tangible, but he's always so encouraging. Like he's a good example of someone who like push you and tell you like what you need to do.
That's one of the best humans. Like, forget comedian, one of the best humans.
I don't know him that well. I don't know what his human.
Yeah, nah, man.
Humans I'd be looking like.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you a Ron G story, man. I'll tell you a Ron G story. I was down and out one day. I mean, I was going through it. Probably, I think, personally and professionally. I was having my, as I like to call it, Hollywood breakdown. I ain't know nothing. Ain't nobody booking me for nothing. I ain't shit. Why did I come here? It was one of them type days.
Man.
Ron G called me randomly.
Wow.
And he was like, hey, man, I just want to pray for you.
Bruh, let me tell you something. We're at the Laugh Factory. It wasn't Chocolate Sunday. It was like a random Tuesday that we were both there, and we were just talking. So when I was in undergrad, I was the student comedian. Ron G was the touring comic. He was like, man, you're funny. So I've known him since like 06, 07. We're at the Laugh Factory. This is probably like 2 years ago. We walk to each other's car. He just asked me about life. I don't even talk to him about comedy. We just talk about life. Let me pray for you. He's a man's man. Ron G, I hope he just reaches like the moon. Like whatever he gets, like I hope like whatever that's one of the best humans, man.
Yeah,
he is one of those people where you want to see be super successful.
Man, he's one of the best humans, man.
He go get there.
Yeah,
he go get there. As long I be like certain people, as long as they're alive,
bruh,
they're gonna make it.
They'll get there.
Yeah, they'll get there. I don't know when, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but as long as they're alive and they keep putting in that work, that's the key. You just gotta keep going.
Just keep going,
man.
Be funny.
And be funny. This what I wanted to ask y'all. what do y'all tell yourselves like to keep going? Because I like we mentioned earlier, I've always been in the position that I was always booking stuff all the time, right? Back to back, right?
But how do you guys do it?
Yeah, so how the fuck? What the fuck?
You commoners.
I mean, I went a year without working. I was like, holy shit! Like, what the fuck? How did they like? But I had to write my last gig. Like, I wrote Half Baked too. Like, that was my last gig. Was like I had to write it. So, anyways, all these years that y'all are out here, honestly though, because this is information that I could use, other people could use. Like, what do y'all tell yourselves to keep going? Because, and this is the last time I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let y'all answer. While I was doing TV shows, Tony Baker was doing voiceover.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
While I was doing TV, Keenan and Keon posting clips every day.
Right.
So now they're building this a fan base where they could go now tour. I was on these TV shows. What used to give you a fan base now don't give you the fan base that it once did. Right. So now they're on the road doing stand up, and now I'm low key playing catch up because now I'm like, well, shit, I got to start posting shit. So anyways, but I'm like, the key that I learned from that, I was like, oh, okay, while I was working, they was still working. Right. Like, they didn't give up. They kept going. They kept saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on no TV show right now. I'm not on the movie. I'm going to just keep fucking swinging on this social media, and now look at where they getting to. But anyways, what y'all tell yourselves?
I think for us that have been doing it a long time, and he's asking me, it's a gift and a curse. Like, you asked me earlier what I do as a day job, and I have this educational background. That's not who I am. So I think once you know this is like your purpose, right? Or this is what you're anointed with, like, I cannot not be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can put me anywhere in the world. I'm going to, like, I speak other languages. Even when I speak another language, you're funny. So this is who I am. I can't help it. This is whatever, right? So to keep me motivated is just like, well, this is who I am. So just be yourself. So me being a comedian or being creative, right? Like, it's another day, right? So to answer your question, I'm just like, this is, because if I don't do it, I'm defeating my purpose. You know what I'm saying? So if this is your purpose, you just have to do it. And think about it, this is what you see. Nobody else will see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you were like, I'm coming out here from Florida, you saw it in your eye, that vision that God put in you. You've seen it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right, Andrea, you see it. Like, well, so who, like, haters. Well, you can't see what I see.
Yeah.
The thought of you getting on stage, even saying your name, will drive you crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. To be totally honest, I've been asking myself that a lot. Like, because the way I look at it is, it also feels like, what is it? Like, when you've been putting in so much time, like, now that I'm where I am, like, oh shit, do I have to get a day job? Like, I need to pay rent. I need to do that. Like, things are difficult right now. Yeah. It is hard to explain where you've been for 10 years and why you haven't been working in an office, and then all of a sudden you're trying to get back. Like, that's kind of not a choice. Like, I made that choice, and you don't realize at the time when you're making a choice to pursue something like entertainment, like comedy or acting or singing or whatever it is, it's like you are making a life decision right now, because there's no way, unless you're one of the few, that you're going to make it overnight. Like, so you are going to have put in at least a decade of work to get to somewhere where you're paying the bills with it. Yeah. And then if it doesn't work, be an
overnight success.
Right. And then if it doesn't work, like, what the fuck are you going to do? Like, that's 10 years that you have not been doing whatever else would have gotten you to that same wealth or whatever. But the way I look at it is just, I don't like saying I can't do it, but I can't do anything. Like, what else would I do? Right. Like, I'm a very smart person. I can make it work. Like, I know I had a couple interviews, and it's like, they're so fucking easy. It's dumb. Like, because you can just sweet talk anybody and sound like the way you're supposed to sound.
Comedians are low-key geniuses.
And psychopaths. And psychopaths. But so it's like, I don't think I could live with myself. Like, if I couldn't get on stage. And so it's almost, I don't know if this is where you're supposed to be coming from, but it's almost like a point of desperation. It's like, no, I have to.
Yeah.
Like, I have to figure it out.
It's so funny, man. I had to tell my wife the same thing recently. Like, I was like, I got to get back to LA. Like, I have to.
Yeah.
Like, just for the sake of my mental health.
Right.
Yes.
Like, I have to be out here and I have to be pursuing my dream. I just can't be sitting in because I could get very comfortable in Florida. It's a nice little house. There's a pool outside.
Right.
You know, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. I do got a pool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to CBS again. So that's just one of the houses. So, but that's neither here nor there.
That's just one.
No, the point that I'm getting to is that you're right. If you're not doing your purpose and your calling, it will destroy you. Like, there's a part of you that's so. I mean, I guess we have to do it.
There's no other choice.
Yeah,
like, it's a gift and a curse. Like, you have this wonderful talent, and then I think one of the things we just have to figure out is the strategy, right? Like you were saying, like how Keenan and Keon,
what's your roadmap?
Like, you were working, they were working online. You need to get online.
Yeah.
I'm glad Keenan whooped my ass and was like, you need to get online. And you can see a difference where it's like, okay, you just have to figure out your strategy, because there are some people, like Justin, when you said you were 22, you were able to like book something 3 months in or whatever. And that's not all people. For some people, it might be like, it's going to take you 15 years.
I heard Steve Harvey say this.
Yeah.
He didn't get on TV. Like, he didn't get on TV until he was 39 years old.
Shit. See, this is what I keep
Wow.
whenever someone brings up an example, I'm always like, it's going to be 40 something. 40 something. It's like 39. God damn it.
But let me tell you how this industry works. You could literally be popping by the end of this year. You just never know. Think about this. You could do a video.
Right.
Let me tell you how social media works. It'd be the video you don't even think is funny. You don't even think it's going to hit.
That's why you got to put it out.
That's why you just got to put. I got a video that did 16 million views on Facebook.
Wow.
Some random shit that I just did, because I just be doing reaction videos. I was like, well, that was crazy. Whatever the fuck I say.
Those are funny, though.
Appreciate it. So I just say whatever the fuck. That shit, 16 million views. So you just never know where you gonna be at the end of the year.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
That's why I think like, well, one thing that's really great about social media, and you start to learn it's a job, right? I hate to, even though it's a career is more important than a job, but you treat it like a job. Like you said, that video, you have thousands of videos that are probably way funnier. They're way funnier, way creative.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But we can't control the audience.
Yeah.
Or the algorithm.
Well, the algorithm. And you know what's funny? I learned this in acting school. As a performer, it is. We don't have the right to know it's a great performance while performing. Only in stand up,
because you're supposed to be in it. That's the point of that.
Yeah. Because stand up is different, because we break the fourth wall.
Did you see me go cross wall?
Right.
Cross-eyed?
Outside of stand up, but think about when you're doing MacGyver, you can't hear the audience in New Mexico or Texas that are like, "Oh, Justin, we love that scene." You know what I'm saying? You're in it with your whatever scene partner or whatever. The same thing with like social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, I'm in it. Nah, this video's wild. Isn't it crazy?
That's what always looked so hard to me for acting. Like whenever, like how many times have you been in an Uber and they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, "A comedian." "Oh, I'm trying to act. I'm out here acting." And then
that's what I say. That's what I say. Will you please run this car off the road so you can kill us both with your fucking dreams and ambitions?
Well, I'm always just like, I can't, because they always say they're like, "I can't imagine doing stand up. It seems so hard." I'm like, I can't imagine having to act in front of a camera without an audience. Because it's like, how do you know that like what you're saying is working?
Technically, you do have an audience. They just don't tell you until afterwards. And what I mean by that is you have the crew.
Oh, right.
So you have the boom, you got the sound people, you got the camera department. So when you really kill something,
you can see it.
When they say cut, they be like, "Oh, that was really good."
Right.
Or if you do an emotional scene, like I've seen people do really well in a scene, and they're crying, and then the cameraman will be crying, or the camera women will be crying.
Wow.
And it's like, wow, that was an amazing job this actor did.
Have you had to cry on camera?
I have.
Did you?
That's when I realized I was fucking great, everybody.
He was in it.
That's when I realized I was fucking great, everybody.
He's in it.
And I really did tell myself, because I did have to cry, and I said to myself before the scene, I said, "Justin, you tell yourself you're great." That's what I tell myself. I'm like, you tell yourself you're great, show it. Prove it to yourself. You can't go around telling yourself you great and you this and that and you should be accomplishing X, Y, and Z, and you're not actually stepping up to the plate and doing it. And so I told myself that, and then Then I fucking did it. And in the clip, this is when we'll cut to the scene of me crying on MacGyver. Anyway,
roll that clip.
Anyway, what y'all got coming up? What's y'all socials?
Go ahead, Madam.
Let people know.
Start with the person who's afraid of social
No,
media.
because I'm applying that pressure.
No, so you can find Andrea D. Joseph on everything. And I will be posting stuff, and I have stuff coming. I mean, look at I do post when I have shows and stuff. So just look at my social media. I'm gonna be. What do I have next? I think I'm gonna be at Third Wheel.
All right,
Okay.
all right, we out here.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I follow me Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, BilekoAzizawissa. I know Justin will tag us, so please follow me. Next show I have is Monday. I'm hosting at Flappers, Move Up Mondays, but then I have a show at the end of the month, improv show, actually at the end of this week. So I do a bunch of shows, improv, stand-up. Like I try to perform at least 4 times a week, but I post daily content. Where's the camera? Daily content. All right, so every day you're getting content. I think once June hits, I'm putting it out there. I'm posting twice a day. Once June hits, it's twice a day. Right now it's once a day. But we just got to get it. And you know what's great about this? Like, just this interview and hearing, like, Justin, all the stuff, how you post and Andrea, you about to post. It's fun. It's like, it's competitive.
It is motivating.
It's like competitive in a sense, like, oh, you posted too? Okay, I'm going to post too. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing, because it's infinite. You watching all your friends, they're getting a fan base. You know Malik B?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Malik is how you pronounce it.
Malik, my fault. And then I told him, I said, dog, you inspired me. We did a show together like a month ago. He was like, for real? I was like, bro. That's
killing it.
He killing it.
Yeah.
That's inspiring. And knowing people that you know that are like, F, I'm not going to wait on you. I'm going to just go get it.
Go get it.
Oh.
Go get it. And make sure you when you dunk, if anybody dunking out there with basketball, make sure you dunk with your dick out. Because
this guy.
Because ladies like sports too.
What?
So we want to see some dick.
Want to see some dick.
Y'all get titties.
Yeah, shout out to digging the titties. Hey man, and it's your man Justin Harris, man. Make sure you subscribe,
Yes,
like,
subscribe.
man, share the clips. And if anybody was offended by anything that we said today, just remember one thing:
Fuck your feelings.
Hey, that's what the fuck I'm talking
Yeah.
about.